What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about our girl, Tracee Ellis Ross, better known as Joan Clayton from Girlfriends. Tracee Ellis Ross recently went viral for saying that she only packs two pair of panties for her vacation. She just washes, rinse, and repeat. And so we're going to get into her clarifying that statement because it caused an uproar on the internet. It caused an uproar. And so she had to come back and clarify. So we're going to get into that in this video, and then we're going to get into Raven Symone again, clarifying that she is not African American. And I feel like she explained it a little bit better this time. I actually get what she's saying, so we're going to get into that in this video too. But first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, I'm Layla Lynn. I do celebrity news and nostalgia. If you like this type of content, subscribe to this channel, click the thumbs up button, leave a comment, do all the YouTube things to support this channel. All right, you guys. So Tracee Ellis Ross made an update to her social media to let people know that yes, she does bring enough underwear when she's traveling. She posted on her Instagram stories, I am a habitual overpacker and I always check at least 4 bags with plenty of underwear. Y'all need to quit it. I ain't got time for this. I'm on vacation. And she's actually on vacation as part of her show. She has a show coming out on, I believe, Roku called Solo Travel with Tracee Ellis Ross. So her going viral for what she said about traveling is kind of like perfect press for her as far as promoting her show. But she put a clip of the Hollywood Unlocked article and she said, this is hilarious. I packed 2 pairs in my carry on in case my luggage doesn't make it. That's what I said. People hear what they want. Go watch my travel show on Roku, Solo Traveling with Tracee Ellis Ross. And so the reason this went viral, she had done an interview where they asked her, what does she pack? Like, what does she pack when she travels? And she was referring, now we know she was referring to her carry-on bag, but she said, quote, there's always one bathing suit, a flip-flop, and one little dress I can roll up. And there's always 2 undies. And people found this video of her where she put on social media how she washes her underwear in the sink when she's on vacation and just reuses them.
Hello. So I've been away for quite a while. I don't know, it's been like 2 weeks. And I have a couple of delicates that, how much underwear can you bring on a trip? You know what I mean? So it's a hand washing day in Paris. Hand washing in Paris. And I'm going to show you some of my hacks. So I did shower gel in the sink, and I alternate sinks because there's 2 sinks. So I do first sink, I fill it like a washing machine, and I get in there. Then I fill up the other sink with cold water, and one by one, I use a bar of soap and I wash each pair of underwear and each bra, old school style. Then I put it in the cold water sink and I let it rinse, and I let it sit for a bit. I let it sit for a bit on this one too, before I do each pair. And then I take it out of the rinse into this sink, also filled with cold water, and I rinse it under the cold water while it's filling up. Then I let that soak for a bit. And then I do what I'm doing now, which is wring them out, and then comes next. Stand by. Hi. Okay, so I'm on the floor and I lay them all out on a clean towel. Should not be showing you my privates, but, well, it's not my privates, but my undies. I organize them onto a towel. And then I'm going to roll the towel. Stand on the towel, dry them, and then hang them over the towel rack. And in this fancy hotel, the towel rack is heated, so it's going to dry quickly.
So clearly you can see in the video she had more than two pair of underwear. So this apparently was just one big misunderstanding, but it caused a lot of chatter online from people who do not wash their underwear while they're on vacation. A lot of people couldn't believe she would do that in the sink of a hotel, but I guess you got to do what you got to do where you at. So let me know if you're going to watch Tracee Ellis Ross solo traveling show. I have a hard time believing that she travels solo, being that like her celebrity status. I would think she would at least need a bodyguard. That's what I would think. But y'all leave a comment and let me know what y'all think. Now, I also want to talk about Raven Symone, but before we get into that, I want to talk about my new Patreon that I've launched, the Soft Girl Syndicate, where we talk about being able to speak in a feminine way as a tool, like using your feminine energy as a tool. And in my very first post, like 2 days ago, I was explaining to you all that it's not about saying, oh, you need to change who you are like every day. You don't have to be a more feminine person for someone to love you. But if you want to get more out of life, like if you want to use the fact that you're a woman to your advantage, if you want to use your feminine energy, then knowing how to communicate in a feminine way is a good tool for you to have. And that's what we're talking about in my Patreon. Not changing yourself, but adding to your skill set. Some people get it. Some people get personal development. Some people don't. But that's what we're talking about. Adding a tool to your toolkit. So join my Patreon. This particular video you can watch. It's a public video, but join my Patreon where I'm teaching you feminine communication skills. I also want to talk about Raven Symone or Symone. Raven Symone recently clarified her statements on not being African American, and she's making a little bit of sense, or maybe a lot. Y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, this is what she had to say on her interview on the Jason Lee show.
To eat my own words and apologize.
Oh, what'd you say about me?
That interview you did with Oprah, where she asked you if you were,
Yeah.
African American or whatever. And
You got mad at me?
Listen,
I am not an African American. I'm an American. I am a Black American. I am definitely Black. And yes, my ancestors come from Africa. How long does a bloodline have to live in one land before they are considered a pure species of that land? Meaning, how long did my people have to be in America to say, hey, no, we're American, compared to some people who are English American, who are Irish American, who are German American from their ancestors, but they get to call themselves American. There's nothing wrong with being African American, but a true African American is someone that is from Africa and moved here, either first generation or second generation, and has a tie to that country that I do not have. One of the first census in Virginia that allowed for Black people to have a name was somebody from my family. So that means they were there long before. I think there comes a point where when you build a country, when you fight for freedom, make money and pay taxes and generationally live in a country, you have the privilege to call yourself pure American.
So I definitely get what she's saying, and I feel like she explained it so much better here. I feel like now we're back to that conversation on ethnicity, nationality, and race. And obviously, your nationality, if you're American, you're American. And your race, like she was saying, she's Black. So she refers to her race as Black, which I do too. Her race is Black. Now, when it comes to ethnicity, like if you're African American, people use that term to refer to ethnicity, like our culture as Black Americans. People use the term African American, even though it's made up of a continent, at the African continent, and then the American nationality, it's still used to refer to an ethnicity because you can share a race with people. Like we can all be Black, but have a different culture, and your ethnicity refers to your culture. So we can have a different culture. And so there has to be a word that refers to the culture of Black people in America who's been in America. I believe people are saying now foundational Black or ADOS, ADOS. There's a term for it that people are using now, but there has to be a way to refer to our ethnicity. And so I understand her rejecting the term African American because it doesn't really capture the ethnicity. So y'all leave a comment. Let me know if y'all get what she's saying at this point, and what do y'all think about Tracee Ellis Ross clarifying that she does bring more than two pair of panties. It's just the fact that yes, she does wash them while she's on vacation. I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. Some people don't like to, travel back home with unwashed underwear. So I get what she's doing. Y'all leave a comment, share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlists and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.